forgot about this. I'm probably gonna combine these two videos, but also I made Willy Battle Royale with Cheese. Is he upside down? No, he's not. And you already saw him in his fight. I mean, it's okay. I have some probably because just how it looks. Other than and measurements, a bit too crumpled in my opinion, but the weapon works, I guess you could say. It has some nice luck in the competition as well. Surprisingly, it spins fairly well. It works pretty well, Probably just the look and the colors I had didn't help it, but other than that, really good. It's not good, but it's decent. It's okay. It looks okay, so you know what? Pretty decent. Okay, I'm joking. Yeah, what? Decent's fine. It's a Bot of the Week episode 8, I believe it is. Now, I'm doing this a bit early. I think it's, less than a day early. But I'm doing this a bit early just because I probably won't be able to get this video out when I want it to. So I'm just going to record this now. So, let's get into this Bot of the Week, starting with the Desperado Tournament. And I thought it was really good, actually. It was a really good episode. The fights were a bit interesting. There were some kind of lackluster fights, but other than that, it was pretty good. Deep Six versus X Backwards was really cool to see. Deep Six finally fight. I wanted Warhawk to win. I knew he probably wasn't. It's kind of annoying that Warhawk, I think they probably got into a position where they would break the screws. Because the screws will go into reverse, so that they don't break. If a robot gets stuck in them. However, I think Warhawk landed so that the screws just stopped and wouldn't reverse, which is kind of interesting, but kind of interesting, cool. Black Dragon won, which was actually really nice. They were one of my top picks. Minotaur. They did fairly well. I still think Warhawk can probably make the top 16. If they win their next two fights, they'll be 4-2. I believe it is. 4-2, yeah. Now, if they win their next two fights, that would mean that they have won 75% of their fights. Now, 75% of your fights is like going 3-1. So as long as they win their next two fights, I'm pretty sure they can make it. Minotaur, I don't think. They are 2-3. Now, that isn't bad. If they do win their next two fights, they'll be 5-3. The problem is, that's almost a 500 record, which is not good for them. It's practically like being 2.5-2. You tied one of your fights, and then you won, and then you lost two. Also 1-2. That's kind of what their position is, and I don't really see them making top 16, though they could possibly. I knew Gruff and what's his face, what was it? Lucky we're going to lose. They kind of spoiled it in one of the opening shots. I'm pretty sure there's a shot between Minotaur fighting Endgame. It was from that fight, I'm pretty sure, which explains a lot. So, I already knew those two were going to lose, which was kind of annoying to already know. But anyway, that was kind of interesting. And I liked the episode overall. It's pretty good. Though I was hoping for a next Friday teaser or whatever. Maybe a next Friday 2 weeks from now or something like that. That'd be kind of funny. But anyway, I guess let's get into the bots I made this week. So I do have one other bot I made this week, I'm pretty sure. That was a request, I'm pretty sure. So we'll go into him in a bit. But let's start with the bot of the week. So, after that. Okay, so the first bot I'm going to eliminate, it's going to have to be Tombstone. He looks accurate, okay? And maybe this is just because I made him out of card, but he just falls apart so easily. This is probably because I made him out of card, which is why I like to make robots out of cardboard instead, which I probably will go back to doing. Though, with flippers, it looks a lot nicer, as you can see. But, Tombstone turned out really good, actually. looks a lot nicer. It's graded on me a lot more after I've looked at it. You know, I actually like this model quite a bit. So it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. So I like this model. It's decent. It has the pennies that do damage. So you know what? Pretty good model. Decent model. Next model, Texas Twister is eliminated. This model looks nice. It has the right colors. It looks nice and clean. The spinner works nice as an undercutter. The main problem, these wheels look a bit weird. But also another big problem is that this spinner comes off so easily. That is just such a major problem, which is also why I put him in undercutter position so much. I don't know how I got this bot to work so well as an undercutter. My other undercutters have sucked, besides Valkyrie and, in my opinion, I guess you could say. But, okay, it was working earlier. Why aren't you working now? That is also a main problem with this. But, you know, it worked fairly well, the undercutter. So, this model came out pretty good, just because it is an undercutter and works fairly well. So, you know, Texas Twister, pretty good. So now we're down to Valkyrie, Son of Waiachi, Uppercut, Sub-Zero, and Tantrum. And you know, the next bot to go is going to have to be Valkyrie. I'm sorry. I did have to shorten the blade because I'm still having trouble, but it spins okayly. I'm pretty sure it can dish out some pretty large hits. You know, here's Sub-Zero. You know, it's kind of hitting it. It's not as large of a reach as I would have liked, maybe going for the back, you know. But you know what? It looks pretty nice. I thought I did the design fairly well, and there goes the blade. That is also a big problem, but, you know, it's a good model. I thought that this model came out. It looks nice. Does it perform well? Probably won't be a contender, unlike some of the other bots here, other than the next bot to go. But, you know, it actually looks pretty nice. It looks like Valkyrie, in my opinion. It looks fairly good, so pretty good bot. Okay, next bot to go. Son of Waiachi. He is, how do I put this? Really accurate. You know, he spins as well. Spins very well. You know, this turned out so well. The spinner turns out so well, in my opinion. Just great. Accurate, pretty good. Is it competitive in my tournaments? No, not exactly. Unless it gets fairly lucky. It does have a wedge, which it can kind of use. But other than that, it has to get lucky to win. And yeah, but other than that, it's just really good model. It's just such a good model. So other than performance, really good. So the next bot to go is going to have to be Sub-Zero. Get back in here, Tantrum. Sub-Zero is going to go. I don't really have much of a reason. I just like the other two bots so much. Sub-Zero as well. I just really like this model. This model came out really good. Other than these little kind of cracks that are appearing, these weren't the best measuring or estimations on the length and width. But other than that, it's a really good model. So you know what? Good model. Next models are really good models. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to choose, and it's gonna have to be Uppercut. I'm sorry, Uppercut. I really liked this model. It's graded on me. Okay, I did not like it as much about 2 hours ago or something like that. But now I just like it so much. I think it turned out really well. The wheels helped it look even better. It says Uppercut, which looks really nice. And you know what? It feels like the other Uppercut. When I see the picture of Uppercut, I'm just confused. Looking at it, it looks nice, but I just can't really point what's about it looks so good and what I don't like about it. But I do like it. And its weapon should be pretty powerful. I mean, here's Tantrum. He's fairly light, I guess. But he goes up the wedge, gets flipped. Very nice. The wedge also pretty low, but Tantrum is lower because he is using card. So let's get into Tantrum, actually. My best spot of the week. Just turned out so nice. Looks so clean. So well. The flipper works very well. I mean, here's a piece of sellotape. He's under it. It goes flying. Not that much. It's pretty heavy, though. But, I mean, it works. It does. But the flipper, really nice. This estimation worked out really well. It looks about right. It looks like Tantrum. such a good bot, you know. Great model. I really like this model. So you know what? Bot of the week, Tantrum. So have a good day.